Greetings and welcome. On behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and administration of Pasadena High School, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our 129th graduation commencement. It is my honor to introduce the Pasadena High School graduating class of 2020.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise as the Blair Army JROTC enters for the presentation of colors.
Please join me in the pledging allegiance to the American flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please welcome our Associated Student Body President, Mr. Noah DeVito.
Good afternoon. At this time, we would like to welcome our distinguished guests. From the Pasadena Unified School District Board of Education, President Patrick Cahalan, Vice President Scott Phelps, Board Clerk Dr. Elizabeth Pomeroy, Board Member and proud Bulldog alum Michelle Bailey, Roy Borgorgian, Kim Kenny, and Lawrence Torres. From Pasadena Unified School District Administration, Superintendent Brian McDonald, Chief Academic Officer Elizabeth Blanco, Chief Human Resources Officer Steve Miller, Chief Business Officer Leslie Barnes, Chief Technology Officer TJ Jamal, Chief Facilities Officer Nelson Kayabayab, Associate Superintendent of Schools Dr. Julianne Reynoso. From Pasadena High School Leadership Team, Principal Robert Hernandez, Assistant Principal Marcella Brambilla, Assistant Principal Bonnie Brimacombe, Assistant Principal Raymond Cross, Coordinator of Special Education Vivian Hyung, Counselor Randall Brazo, Counselor Erica Linares, Counselor Teresa Martinez, Counselor Arturo Munoz, and Counselor Min Tran, and Community Schools Program Specialist Mr. John Lynch. We also would like to recognize and thank our incredible PHS teachers, and we'd like to recognize our PHS staff, who were instrumental in preparing our graduation. Thank you. And to my fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to be standing here and welcoming you all to the Class of 2020 graduation. As I sat down and reflected on the past 4 years, I couldn't help but feel proud of our class. This year will definitely be a significant part of PHS history, one filled with a plethora of emotions and unprecedented events. Like many of you, I was heart-wrenched by the unexpectedness of not being able to return to the campus I've called home for the past 4 years. We all felt robbed and angry, but we chose to stick together. I applaud the dedication and work by our administration and teachers making our last semester of high school as smooth as possible. We support each other in any way, and we finally made it to our graduation day. This day marks the end of our childhood. Many of us will end up moving away and beginning our lives. but we will never forget the memories of our last turkey tussle, homecoming, and spirit weeks. These never failed to bring us together, from the ridiculous dress-up days to losing your voice after every football game. There was never a dull moment serving my fellow classmates. Being able to go from freshman class president to now your ASB president and sharing memories with every single one of you was a dream come true, and I thank every single one of you for letting that happen. Now, as we go off and forge our own paths, I want you all to remember something I've struggled with, and that's trusting yourself. Since the first year being on campus, I lacked confidence and trust in myself. I would have never imagined that I would be here delivering this speech for you guys today. This class has taught me a lot. Together we are stronger, and we will continue to teach each other for the rest of our lives. And though we cannot physically be together to celebrate this momentous occasion, I know we all have a family here at Pasadena High School. And for what the saying says, once a bulldog, always a bulldog. Congratulations, class of 2020, we did it.
At this time, I would like to introduce our senior class president, Mr. Connor Hopkins, and our senior class advisor, Mrs. Jennifer Hambersumian.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome and thank all of the Pasadena High School faculty, staff, and families for coming together to celebrate the entire class of 2020, even if it's essentially through a Zoom call. This past year has been a whirlwind of work, decisions, new adventures, and heartbreak with all of my classmates, but I have found that there is not another group of people I would rather work for or group of supporting people I would rather have. Now, I'd like all of you to imagine the first day of school this year, knocking on doors like a crazy person, asking teacher after teacher if they would advise the senior class, and finding no luck. It made sense. Advising a class is a big deal, especially after our advisor left last year. However, Ms. Hambersumian stepped up to the plate. Her consistent supportiveness, dark humor, and incredibly comfy couches were exactly what we needed. The entire administration team this year was incredible, supporting and working with us on ideas that they were pretty skeptical about because they could see our vision. This class wouldn't be where it is now without Ms. Costa double-checking spreadsheet math and Ms. Radcliffe keeping track of every single event that we put on. We all know, though, that things didn't always go smoothly. It's no secret that our class has had its fair share of drama this year, from sweatshirt decisions to grad bash, where even my senior defense judges were curious about the tea. Looking back from quarantine life, Mr. Hernandez's house probably would have been just as feasible and a less controversial decision than Universal Studios, though hopefully he would have given us some good ticket prices. But once we got past the transition into senior year, our class began to really shine. Starting the tradition of senior sunrise was so much fun, since in my opinion, eating donuts on the field at 5 a.m. is essential to senior year. It also didn't hurt that we won campus decoration and powder puff for the second year in a row. Sorry, President Vincent. Thanks to our club and so many other senior class members for taking time after school to volunteer together. We created the most beautiful chicken wire corral you've ever seen. That's the biggest thing that has both surprised and impressed me about the class of 2020. For the past 9 months, everyone had the willingness to help out, even when it wasn't their direct responsibility. The drive that you all have is the reason why we're here. Seniors from all around the school would give away entire Saturdays for what we call perms, working concession stands at the Rose Bowl in exchange for fundraising dollars. Standing for hours selling $8 bottles of water, sneaking French fries from the kitchen, yelling at UCLA band members, and making TikToks as the clock grew near midnight were experiences that I spent with these seniors that made me feel closer to them than ever. At every fundraiser and event, I felt your willingness to work towards a common end goal, prom. And that takes us to the big elephant not in the room, all of you. We started out this semester hopeful and excited to plan everything promised to us. At the beginning of March, our minds were on prom performers, decorating caps, senior sunset, and a non-Disney grad bash, while the world started spinning on a path that our country hasn't taken for 100 years. All of us have had a pivotal moment taken away from us. We have had plans thrown out the window, and nobody should ever minimize that. We all know how unprecedented this all is, but it still doesn't make it any less unfair. However, I argue that as much as people may tell you it does, this quarantine does not define our class of 2020. We are far more than the seniors who had their graduation taken away. We have conquered every obstacle, challenge, and goal put forth by the world, and we must not forget that. So seniors, this year we've been forced to overcome a world of challenges that none of us asked for. Through everything, it's been an overwhelming pleasure to be your class president. And I assure you this is not the end of our journey together. There will be infinitely more celebration to come because all of you sincerely deserve it. So congratulations to the Pasadena High School class of 2020. We have the world ahead of us.
Good morning, parents, staff, honored guests, and our students of the hour. It is with great pride that I appear before you today in recognition of Pasadena High School's class of 2020. Although I have worked with the class of 2020 during the current school year, I have watched them work tirelessly in their community. I have seen them push through exhaustion to achieve brilliance with effervescence. My fondest memories include many hours put in on campus decoration and the senior skate night, where I witnessed not only students having a blast, but incredible acts of kindness. I think the one thing that will stick with me about this class, however, is their resilience during the period of remote learning, despite the very real grief caused by the loss of many of the milestones, the rites of passage that they had been joyfully anticipating for their entire school years. Students, many of you are still grieving and will for some time. That is okay, but in that grief, you have shown an awareness that in the face of adversity, we have a choice. We can be bitter or we can be better. For many of you, that concept has become your North Star. You have turned toward it and plowed ahead into uncharted waters. You have faced emotional storms and academic tempests and have prevailed, even if your vessel is a little wind damaged. In an era of stress and anxiety, when the present seems unstable and the future unlikely, the natural response is to retreat and withdraw from reality. But you must, you will, and you have gone on. Graduation provides you the time to pull your ship into the port, make the necessary repairs, and set sail once again into the uncharted territory of college and career, with some trepidation, but also with a ferocity of character that you have developed over the past few months, and truthfully, throughout your entire lives. Parents, thank you. You have already weathered so many of life's storms, many of which I'm sure were weathered during your students' teen years. As the parent of a teen myself, there is not a day that goes by where I don't send up silent praise, and let's be real here, apologies to my mom, for whom I created at least a decade filled with rough seas. As much as this is the culmination of your students' hard work, it is also true for you. You have co-piloted the ship in many ways, and now your apprentice moves on to become a fully fledged captain. For many, this moment is bittersweet, but as author Barbara Kingsolver writes in her novel Pigs in Heaven, kids don't stay with you if you do it right. It's the one job where the better you are, the more surely you won't be needed in the long run. And while I'm not sure that that's 100% true, I do agree with the sentiment. Well done. Thank you, parents. Now to recognize those who have captained the ship of the class of 2020. I still remember Josh and Gracie approaching me as freshmen, asking me to take on the advisorship of the class. I turned them down, a decision I will always regret, because in their senior year, I was approached again and was amazed at the resilience of the young leaders in this group. Connor and Josh, you have two totally different perspectives on almost everything, but somehow you work. I wish the same could be said of the leaders in our broader community. To the rest of the cabinet and the class of 2020, I wish I had been more helpful, but you always had everything so firmly under control that you made me almost obsolete. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you. My philosophy on life, the meaning of life, as many of you know, is connection. As Japanese writer Haruki Murakami wrote in his novel Dance, 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 people leave traces of themselves where they feel most comfortable, most worthwhile. Sounds a little icky, but today you leave your traces with me. and I, hopefully, will leave my traces with you. I truly do love you, class of 2020. Go into the world. Be bold, be fierce, be true. Sail on, brothers and sisters. Sail on.
The Salutatorian is the second highest ranking graduate in their class. Our Salutatorian has been described by her teachers and peers as hardworking and are inspired by her positive energy and disposition. She has also had the honor of being recognized as a National Merit Commended Scholar. It is my privilege to introduce our Salutatorian for the class of 2020, Miss Gabriella Bank.
Good afternoon. I would first like to start off by thanking all of you for virtually attending today and trying your best to celebrate this occasion in spite of our difficult circumstances. A couple days after school was dismissed due to the pandemic, 2 of my friends and I decided to take a spontaneous trip to our school at the reasonable time of 11 p.m. Since I probably just confessed to trespassing, I'm going to leave these 2 individuals nameless for their own sake. But anyways, that night, my accomplices and I laid out in the middle of our home field and staring at the stars in what felt like the most cliche high school moment ever. Yet, despite being at the onset of a pandemic, with the entire world left in disarray, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and security in that moment. And in that moment, I realized that at a time of crisis, when our health, our lives, our jobs, and our toilet paper are all in jeopardy, the one thing we can count on for stability is friendship. This lesson not only applies to the situation of a pandemic, but it applies to life in its entirety. High school, like a pandemic, is a confusing, emotional, and overwhelming time in our lives, where no one really knows exactly what to do, how they will turn out, or how the world around them will change. The one thing we can do when faced with all these uncertainties is try to make the best of the situation at hand, learn lessons along the way. If I've learned anything from my shortened high school experience, it is to never take things for granted, and instead of grieving life's impermanence, use it as a reason to show gratitude every day. Instead of thinking of the invaluable moments and memories we've lost to coronavirus, use this time to find creative ways to maintain relationships, reconnect with old friends, and establish new ones. On that final night at PHS, the football field was my refuge, sheltering me from the chaos of the present and the uncertainty of the future in the wake of this global health crisis. No words were exchanged as we sat admiring the night sky, yet I could feel a mutual, unspoken assurance with the presence of my friends, which showed me that I could rely on them for courage, resilience, and hope in my future after the days that both coronavirus and high school come to an end. In that moment, I realized that the true refuge from the hardship and unpredictability of life is the people you surround yourself with. That being said, I'd like to take the time to thank the people and community that provide me with the support, skills, and guidance that enabled me to grow, both as a student and as an individual, through these past 4 years at Pasadena High School. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank the amazing faculty members and teachers who have acted not only as educators, but as mentors and friends who fostered such a welcoming and positive learning community at PHS. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mr. Tran, who has guided me with tremendous enthusiasm and wisdom throughout my high school experience, and who consistently expressed genuine faith and confidence in my abilities, even when I failed to do so. I truly could not have accomplished all that I have without your friendship and guidance. Lastly, I would like to thank my family, who have provided me with the tools, love, and support for all my academic endeavors, and to my friends, who have provided me with countless opportunities to get away from my family. To the class of 2020, I'd like to thank each of you for making my high school experience truly unforgettable. We triumphed in Campus Deck and Powder Puff each year. We survived dance battles and food fights at lunch, the creepy clowns of 2016, and ruthless geese attacks. And we will get through this pandemic and the remainder of our lives with the same success and bulldog spirit as we always have. Thank you.
The valedictorian is regarded as the academic leader for their graduating class. This young man has demonstrated excellence, not only in the classroom, but in everything he does. It is my honor to introduce our class of 2020 valedictorian, Mr. Colin Jewett.
Good afternoon, class of 2020, families, teachers, and staff. It is a real honor to be given the chance to speak to you, especially to my fellow graduates whose determination got them here today. I just wish it wasn't through a screen. I'd give anything to celebrate with you all in person. It would be conspicuous of me if I didn't first bring up what's been on everybody's mind for the past few months. Every single person watching this has been affected by the virus. Nobody wanted to end high school like this. Yet through our shared troubles, a sense of community has formed. We persevere alongside each other. From FaceTime to TikTok, Minecraft to Animal Crossing, we have all found a way to stay in touch with the friends we love. Resilience is the trait that can describe every member of the class of 2020. I remember shuffling into chemistry on my very first day of high school. Ms. Gomez was still going through the hiring process, so we had a sub. There weren't enough seats, but the sub found me a high chair that was probably manufactured the same year the school was built. The chair squeaked incessantly, which was beyond humiliating for the only freshman in a class of sophomores. My insecurities made me want to sink into the wall. Needless to say, it was not my best introduction to my home for the next 4 years. However, by the end of the week, the sophomores had taken me into the fold, giving me practical tips for thriving in high school. With each year, I became more comfortable in my own skin, making more friends and joining more campus organizations. It's hard for me to talk about the last 4 years because it feels as though the last 3 months with COVID has trumped it all. However, I do not feel this year was solely unique because of the virus. No, senior year has been different from the start. An air of confidence swept the school as we came into our own. Everyone became involved in something, and we all pushed each other to be better. President Connor Hopkins is the reason I joined the class of 2020 club. Angie Mason pushed me to pursue interests beyond academics and athletics. Every person on ASB inspired me to be creative and to adapt to any problem that arose. In essence, together we have the strength to keep moving forward, not with a casual pace, but with an ambitious sprint. Our resolve has been here much longer than the virus has. The senior I am now is unrecognizable to the awkward freshman I was. I thank the endless laughs in physics. I cringe over the raspy covers of All of Me and Call Me Maybe performed by the water polo team. I reminisce over the days I took for granted. But more than anything, I consider what lies ahead. Graduation already marks an extremely uncertain time for seniors of any year. Few graduates experience this many unknowns, as the road we planned for ourselves has disintegrated into a rough direction. I do not know what awaits us in the future. I do not know what obstacles we will face. Yet I can promise that no matter what direction you take, you can find happiness and success if you do not do it alone. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. I hope we can all appreciate the help we've gotten along the way, from our parents, who have always been our cheerleaders, from Mr. Reddy's cookies, which got us through Fridays. The lengthy pep talks by Mr. Tran made any tough decision easier. We didn't know that March 13th would be our last day of school. So to all the teachers and staff, thank you. To all the students who I passed in the halls and probably won't be seeing again, goodbye and thank you. I think we can all agree that like a springboard, the community we made at PHS will launch us into the future armed with benevolence, enthusiasm, and an eagerness for collaboration. And from this, we will continue to prevail against the unknown. Thank you. Jewett out.
It is often customary that graduation speeches usually entail us, the older generation, imparting words of wisdom and lessons learned to you as you embark on your next chapter in this journey known as life. I know that this is not how many of us have envisioned what today would be, but the fact of the matter is that you're graduating. After 4 years of hard work, friendships gained and lost, experiences and lessons learned, some of our own doing and others out of our control, you have earned the title of graduate. I've communicated with many of you during this health crisis, and many of you have expressed pain, anger, and sorrow. However, I've also seen glimmers of hope, humor, resilience, and gratitude from each of you despite the challenges that you have faced. I've seen moments of true leadership in crisis by your class officers and your class club, gratitude among each other, and a celebration of one another's accomplishments, albeit from afar. I am confident that the experiences over the last 4 years, and especially the last few months, have given you a foundation upon which to build a successful future. As you prepare for life after high school, take a few moments to reflect upon these last 4 years. You will be the one who determines what lies ahead. The best investment that you can make will be in yourself. It will require determination, effort, vulnerability, persistence, and resilience. Be confident in your abilities and be accepting that sometimes you will fail. It is very true that you learn the most from moments when things don't go as planned or where you fall short of your intended goal. Always keep an open mind and remain a learner. Be kind, empathetic, and a good person to others. I want to leave you with a quote from Queen Reina of Jordan. Some days we will not know whether to laugh or cry, but trying to be everything to everyone all the time is a recipe for disaster. And endlessly striving for perfect balance only turns our lives into a tightrope upon which we never dare to dance for fear of a terrible fall. So remember, the pages of your life belong to you. Write a story that makes you happy and proud. Graduates, do not let the last few months define your high school journey. While this has put a damper on our celebration, do not let this overshadow all of the hard work and the accomplishments that you deserve. We are very, very proud of you. Dr. McDonald, as principal of Pasadena High School, it gives me great pleasure this afternoon to introduce the members of the graduating class of 2020 for your acceptance and validation of graduation in the state of California. They have garnered many accolades, awards, and scholarships, and are worthy recipients of their diplomas.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You made it. Your hard work and dedication over your school career has paid off. You are graduating during a very difficult period of time in our nation's history. But if any group can turn this negative into a positive, it's you. I am confident that you will look back at this non-traditional way of going through this rite of passage and remember the strength and courage that you have all found within yourselves in one of the most transitional and memorable moments of your life. Though your last days as seniors have changed, never forget the significance of this moment has not. We are here today to honor and applaud all of your accomplishments and to celebrate the bright futures you undoubtedly have ahead of you. Let me also thank all the parents and guardians for entrusting your children to us, and we hope that we have met your expectations. A special thanks to the teachers, administrators, and staff for the amazing job you have done in caring for and educating our students, who are our future. Congratulations again, class of 2020. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. President Cahalan, as superintendent of the Pasadena Unified School District, it gives me great pleasure to present this class for graduation. These students have met all of the requirements as outlined by the state of California and the Pasadena Unified School District. Therefore, by the power vested in me by the Pasadena Unified School District Board of Education, I hereby present the 2020 senior class as certified candidates for graduation. Class of 2020, congratulations again.
Greetings, class of 2020. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a duly elected representative of the Pasadena Unified School District and as president of the Board of Education, I take great pleasure in awarding your diplomas of graduation and conferring upon you all the privileges and rights pertaining thereto. Particularly in these most extraordinary times, may I offer my congratulations to you on your achievement and return to you the good wishes of everyone in the PUSD community. Good luck, class of 2020.
Mark Angelo Solis Abalera. Fernando Alberto Acevedo. Brooklyn Sierra Joy Alfred. Caleb Isaiah Alvarado Morales. Annika Kirsten Mejia Anderson. Jillian G. Anderton. Akil Rashid Andrews. Danielle Arellano. Ramon Sergio Arellano. Adrian A. Avalos. Eric Fabian Ayala Sanchez. Stephen Sebastian Ayala Solo Gallistoa. Tatiana M. Ayala. Michael Joseph Iranian. Javon A. Bagneris Jr. Adante Bailey. Angel Jahir Valvaneda. Gabriella Irene Bank. Alasia Destiny Banks. Angelique Jasmine Banks. And Naeli Badagan. Dion Lamar Barrett. Emily Barrios. Parkev Basmajian. Ina C. Baxter. Alex Rafi Bahesnilian. Naftali Javier Beltran. Juan Jr. Bermudez. Callum Anthony Black. Gregory Joshua Blandon. Israel Keon Arkala Mongalan. Anthony Isaac Brecken. Davian J. Brown.
Zaria Y. Brown.
Lucian Carlos Burns. Alexandra Aya Boozy.
Daniela Cecilia Cabuto.
Bertha Calderon. Maximus Calderon. Sidlali Calzada. Alberto Campos. Gabriel J. Campos. Paulette Esther Carrasco. Marco Carvajal. Jasmine Castaneda. Natalie Castaneda. Brianna Carolina Castaneda Tercios. Isamar Karina Castillo. Jeffrey Winston Castillo.
Ashley Castro.
Juan Diego Castro. Michael Castro. Paloma C. Castro. Nyla R. Cathcart. Ava Frances Chamberlain. Isabel K. Chow. Mila Sorrell Christensen. Lily A. Semino. Francia Cisneros. Emma Elizabeth Clark. Rudith Maxine Clavio. Samuel David Clem Whiting. Aaron Michael Clemens. Kevin Camille Copti. Mateo Gabriel Corrales. Andre Dean Corbett. Aiden Corona. Laurel Cyree Corona Silva. Brenda Nicole Correa. John Bradford Crow. Ayana Sakara Cryer. Jennifer Cuevas. Jamila Courtney Cummings. Hugh Everett Dana. Natalie Ann Davis. Torrin D. Davis. Eliana De La Torre. Laura De La Torre Villatoro. Logan Ryan DeVries. Roberto Del Hoyo. Jessie Sarah DeMuth, Talar D. Dadarian, Noah A. DeVito, Denise Alanis Diaz Guerrero, Jasmine Diaz, Michael A. Dieguez, Joseph Navar de Giovanni, John Jerome Diego Dima Laluan, Liam T. Demas, Joshua Aaron M. Dionisio, Maria Lucine Duracion, Kylie Salome Douglas, Amaya Lachey Arger Drew, Elizabeth Renee Duran, Maxwell Garrett Eichel, Jake W. Ellis, William D'Angelo Escalera, Hugo Escobedo, Eileen Esparza, Lucas Esparza Gonzalez, Kevin Chavy Esparza, Alex Farias, Alexis Farias, Manuel De Jesus Fernandez Gonzalez, Robert D. Philback, Timothy Jerome Fisher Jr., Alexander Miguel Flores, Esau Flores, Aaron Sidney Go Fawn, Taj Freeman, Marina Rose Bernadette French, Magdalena A. Galindo, Sujin Hope Gallego, Adrian Garcia, Amanda Garcia, Natalia Garcia, Jonathan James Goribian, James R. Garza, Trey C. Guecki, John Luke Harrison Goldman, Maria Del Mar Gomez Mokoyan, Stephen Andres Gomez, Rosie Elizabeth Gongora, Nicholas Sebastian Gonzalez Ugorin, Cade Carmen Gonzalez, Brian George Gonzalez, Yeravit Sidlali Gonzalez Ruiz, Devrick Seven Goodwin, Isabella E. Granados, Carlos Alberto Granados Martinez, Liliana Esperanza Guerrero Aguilar. Justin Christopher Gutierrez. Alec Harutonian. Xavier Logan Harris. Karina Smith Harrison. Tyler Ray Marie Haylock. Anna Marie Leah Heinzelman.
Brianna Zenaida Henderson.
Deanna E. Henderson. Giovanni Van Hang. Anthony Hernandez. Alan Hernandez. Brian Hernandez Martinez. Maria Guadalupe Hernandez Salazar.
Sunshine Hernandez.
Liliana E. Huser. Zaria Salaya Higgins. Jacob Marcus Harada. Matthew Chase Hoover. Connor Patrick Hopkins. Deontay Leon Horsley. Mary Jabarian. Christian Giovanni Jaime Zaragoza. Stephen Wilfredo Jimenez. Ashanti Marie Johnson. Jordan Isaiah Johnson. Maxwell T. Johnson. Camille Nade Jones. Kissa Nasia Jones. Leah Joseph. Brian Alexander Juarez Hueso. Joanna Tikal Juarez. Colin J. Jewett. Gigi Masadiegos Justo. Julia Collegian. Nicole Marie Kennedy. Parag A. Kanzadian. Tanya A. Kachadorian.
Gore Kachatrian.
Victoria Elizabeth Kapolsky. Karina Alexis Langley. Arath Latore. Ho Fung Christopher Lau. Christian T. Lawson. Mark Leon LeBlanc II. Thomas Adrian Lester. Devin John Lewis. Lauren Giselle Lobo Rosa. Gonzalo Loesa. Anna Leilani Lopez. Andy Lopez, Kendra Lopez, Luis Fernando Lopez, Angelina Mar Lopez Mendez, Astrid Lopez Monches, Jariq Azariel Lowe, Celeste Luna, Alondra Metzley Luna Cruz, Larissa Luna, Christopher Andrew Madrigal, Jose de Jesus Madrigal Rios, Gianna Malfitano, Nicholas Costanzo Maines, Raul Manso, Alina Muradian, Ambik Margusian, Alex J. Marinero, Denisa Fernanda Maraguin, Denise Marie Maraguin, Elmer Isal Martinez, Yvette S. Martinez, Carla V. Martinez, Natalia Martinez, Sergio Martinez, Angelina Letice Mason, Savannah Elizabeth McCarthy, Jamana McLean, Louis S. McLaughlin, Anaya Diamond McGee, Brianna A. Mejia, Leslie Abigail Mejia, Stephanie Kiara Mejia, Denise Malicio Bermudez, Jose Alfredo Mendez Chico, Yaire Y. Menendez, Mia Kara Myers, Samuel Lee Mild, Candace M. Mills, Olive Penelope Mitchell, Nalith Montavo, Ashley Montano, Ezra J. Moore, Kamisha Moore, Hayden Marin Gandara, Leonardo Alberto Moda, Levi Ellis Mualem, Luis Mukri, Zaki Mukri, Adolfo Morillo Corrada, Sanchiv Nachiapan, Muwa Nagata. Minas Naglajajan. Jonathan R. Nanez. Jesus Armando Navarro. Jean Marcos Nazarian. Ellen Quinn. Daniel Joseph Nichols. Emma Simone Nuch Laor. Maya Victoria Nobello. Wesley Craig O'Callahan. Jae-hoon Oh. Jacqueline Oliveira. Lucas A. Olivo. Anthony Ivan Omana. Emily Marie Ortez. Marcus Anthony Ortiz. Casey Jennifer Osman. Daisy Love Pacheco. Freddie Anthony Pacheco. Miguel Angel Pacheco Jr. Hillary Jordan Padilla. Celine Samari Alo Halani Palencia. Grace Leona Pinnell. Parsik G. Parsakian. Jennifer Partida. Nyla Maria Morera Pena. Gracie Penn. Fernando Peralta Esparza. Christian Pereira. Gavin Carlos Perez. Jesus Alejandro Perez. Marco S. Perez. Louis Peters IV. Assad Zaire Peterson. James Connor Peterson. Jenny Rebecca Phillips. Mauricio Aldahir Ponce Monet. Cheyenne Lee Pradilla. Sean Thomas Quinn. Cassandra Keetanar. Esmeralda Quiros. Desiree J. Ramirez. Jeremiah Isaiah Ramirez. Julian Nathaniel Ramirez. Ricardo Ramirez. Abigail Monique Ramos. Maya Leilani Regalado. Aaliyah M. Renard. Chloe Reyes. Francisco Arturo Reyes III. Dylan Allen Richard, Tamara Rivera, Eric Alexander Rivero, Gabrielle Elaine Roberts, Anthony Xavier Robinson, Diego Hernan Robles, Miguel A. Robles, Adam Jose Rodriguez, Ashley Rodriguez, Anthony C. Rodriguez Huizar, Jeffrey Rodriguez, Tylee Guadalupe Rodriguez, Lila Rowell, Samuel Walker Rogers, David Poli Rojas, Balaam Juliet Romero, Yolanda Guadalupe Romero Martinez, Moises Chetro Romero, Samantha E. Romero, Victoria Rosales, Isabel Rosales Flores, Alex Ruiz, Christopher Ruiz, Jacqueline Ruiz Santiago, Ian Christopher Ruyamas, Manuel Salvador Salazar, Arlith Yahira Sadana Ramos, Kai Chi Sam, Island Sedonia Sanchez, Giselle Spring Sanchez, Sarah Santana, Andy Santiago De Haro, Antonio Santiago Jr., Jose Alberto Sorate Rodriguez, Jacob Stephen Sattler, Jen Seo, Stephanie Serrano, Savannah H. Scholes, Fernando Olegario Siebenthal, Sharif Rais Savad, Naria Tanae Slan, Idris D. Smith, Koa A. Smith, Alejandra Solis, Cassandra Solis, Samuel Solis, Diego Soria, Jocelyn Soriano, Maya Gabriela Sotomayor, Jonathan Keto Stevenson, Ashanti Nicole Strange. Lars D. Strayer. Amanda C. Sulker Hall. Malia A. Tarrant. Mila Susan Thomas. Dylan T. Thompson. Jasmine Grace Thompson. Jared Bo Tiamson. Daisy E. Tinoco. Joshua Ethan Tomoyasu. Ivan E. Tobalin. Eddie Trejo. Andrew J. Trado. Brenda Valdez. Joshua E. Vance. Catherine Denise Venegas. Sochi M. Vada. Sky A. Vargas Honore. Giovanni Danny Vargas Limon. Myra Alexis Vasquez. Isaran Lee Vaughn II. Jasmine Vega. Antonio Velasquez. Josefina E. Venegas. Jonathan Alexander Verdugo. Andres Eduardo Villarreal. Alejandra Villegas de Casas. Kevin Christopher Ventimilla. Luke Christopher Walchuk. Emerson Walter Vogler. Dustin M. Wagner Cole. Jordan Christina Walker. Nicole Catherine Wallius. Ava L. Walters. Manisha Kristen Waniapa. Alana Marie Washington. Thais Tanaya Washington. Cleveland S. Waters Jr. Desiree Simone Webb. Ashley West. Madison L. Willits. Diana Zamora. Jalen Trenny Zavala. Marco Ivan Pilpa Zuniga.
All seniors, please rise. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the Pasadena High School Class of 2020 graduates. Seniors, move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, we did it.
Family and friends, we thank you for celebrating with us on this occasion. This now concludes our ceremony with the recessional of graduates. Let's applaud our graduated class of 2020 as they recess. Congratulations.